Hello, my name is Jennifer Ariana Hurley. I'm an adult services librarian in Lexington Park, Maryland. As a new librarian, I wanted to combine my passion of community outreach and my love for the library into a LATI project. With the help of Terry Tresp, Amy Ford, and Kathleen Reeve, I created biblioteca, aprendelo, to provide outreach for the Latinos of Lexington Park. To do this, I wanted to combine the English as a second language classes that are already established in the community with the services and materials that the library currently offers. Some of these include the traditional ESL books provided by the Literacy Council, which is headquartered in Lexington Park's branch. Strategically placed within the culturally diverse community of Lexington Park, my branch has the opportunity to become the community's cornerstone for programming and services that assist patrons in their quest for knowledge and learning of the English language. According to the United States Census conducted in 2000, the Latino population was 3.1% in Lexington Park, Maryland, a number which may seem small, yet it represents the third largest racial population within this area. I wanted to complement the already successful children's programs with programs and services available for adults. Residing most of my life in areas that had culturally diverse populations, the libraries there all had programs and collections that reflected the population of that area. The programs and collections should assist the population in furthering themselves. In the process, become the place where they turn not only for information, but also to provide services such as the internet and classes for free to assist them in employment or just enjoyment. I had tons of ambition and tons of ideas, yet no idea where to start. So I began searching online, trying to find out how to form my ideas into feasible and valuable programs for the community and the library. I found a few sites and a few books that would assist me and give me information for my idea. I researched these extensively and began to uncover more and more resources. While doing this research, I formed friendships with some of the librarians at branches in Florida, Texas, and California who were involved with programs for Latinos at their branches. Sharing surveys and program explanations, they gave me ideas on how to pinpoint what services would be most successful. It was at this time that I decided a bilingual survey would be the best way to figure out which programs were desired by the Latino patrons. According to the survey, which had 100% participation from the Latino families, bilingual materials for adults, computer classes in Spanish, and English as a second language were the top 3 requests. With this data in mind, I began expanding our Spanish language collection to include bilingual materials for adults. I also began to observe our library as a whole to see how we could make it more inviting to Spanish-speaking patrons. Becoming more visible to patrons in the library, a dialogue and more personal relationships began to form. Many Spanish-speaking patrons began to feel more comfortable with seeking me out in the library for assistance and questions. Since I am a native speaker, it helped bridge the language barrier that had once stood. I often spoke of my LATI project in hopes of discovering any services that were desired that my survey may have missed. I participated in several programs hosted by the Children's Department, such as the English Language Learners Program Night, a program for Spanish-speaking families through the St. Mary's County Public School System, and also Spanish Language Storytime. During both of these, I assisted the Children's Department supervisor reading dual language books to children. After the reading, I was able to engage the parents, even translated the sign designed for the program. Speaking with the parents from these programs, this led to the discovery that many church organizations within the Lexington Park area offered English as a second language. Contacting them would be my next task, as I was not sure if they were aware of the materials that the library offered that could assist them and their students. This, however, proved difficult. Most either did not have email or voicemail, Others were just only available for a short time on Sundays, and even those hours were not dependable. Tenacity paid off, and 10 of the 16 churches I contacted either had more formal ESL classes or tutors within their parish who volunteered their time to teach English as a second language to Spanish speakers. However, none of the organizations were aware of the free language software that was available online through the library's website, and only 3 were aware of the materials that we had available that could help them in teaching their students. Seizing this as my opportunity to promote the library, I scheduled times when I could visit the classes starting in fall 2009. When I visit these classes, I will promote the Mango language program, available online either in the comfort of the patron's home or for use in the library. Using this software, which is very similar to the popular Rosetta Stone software, will support the patron in learning English. Also, I will promote our audiobooks and Spanish language collection. It was at this time that I began to look beyond the religious organizations, checking into government agencies and gaining contacts. One of these being the St. Mary's County Public School System Adult Education Coordinator Melinda Brown. Meetings are set to begin with her in August to plan on how we can work together assisting the adult students in their English language education, visiting the individual classes, and promoting the Mango language software for ESL practice. With the promotion of my project moving in the right direction, I moved to make the Lexington Park branch more inviting to Spanish-speaking patrons. Translating signs throughout the library and with assistance of our display expert made the Spanish language section more attractive and eye-catching. Adjusting for new items that were arriving and displaying local and county information created a space that saw instant increase in patron traffic. With the increased traffic and established relationships with many of our Latino patrons, I discovered many misconceptions about the Lexington Park branch. One of these, and the most important, was easily remedied, was that the Spanish-speaking residents of Lexington Park were under the impression that we charged for library cards. Also that we charged to borrow any type of material, be it book, DVD, or audiobook. This was an easy fix, however. I used word of mouth to get the information out to the Spanish-speaking residents that I already knew, and a few that I did not. Simply opening up a dialogue at the most interesting places, including the Latin grocery and the farmers' market held in Charlotte Hall, speaking with just about anyone I could, I became the self-proclaimed advocate of the Lexington Park branch. As I have learned throughout this project, one door has opened another. I learned after speaking with a family from El Salvador at the farmers' market that several restaurants employ a large number of Latinos in the Lexington Park area. With a thumbs up from the library director, my supervisor, and the managers of Chipotle, Serra Grande, and Monterrey restaurants, I incorporated them into my project by handing out surveys and library information. A partnership with local restaurants, agencies, the public school system, and the Lexington Park branch will further services that we can provide in the future. In doing so, we will become a catalyst for a conversation within our community for even further expansion of services provided by other agencies, opening the opportunity to increase library usage by the Lexington Park residents. The surveys will continue to reach our residents with the potential to expand our services to Latinos, introduce our residents to our current services, and increase our positive effect on Lexington Park. The possibilities are endless. Continual reevaluation is necessary for our growth as a community evolves and its diversity increases. Meeting and visits will begin in fall 2009, and future programs will be offered to our Spanish-speaking residents. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation on my LATI project, su biblioteca, aprendelo. Thank you very much to Kathleen Reed, Terry Trask, Amy Ford, Diane Thompson, and Sarah Stevenson for helping me with my project and helping me formulate my ideas into productive programs.